going to that place, Lot Polish Airline, because you used to didn't buy anything online. That was in person. I go there, I have my cash, I sit down, and I remember my whole body was shaking. I'm giving her the dates, the lady putting everything in the computer. She prints out these tickets. I give her all my life savings for this ticket to a family that I don't know. I don't know where the hell am I going. I just spent my life savings to go to America to a strange family, and there is no way back. And hello and welcome to Eva Eckert's podcast, episode number 4. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing following the dreams, the big inspirations, how to live it, breathe it, be obsessed, and don't quit. So LBBD method that I discovered within myself, within my story. Welcome to Eva Eckert podcast, episode number 4. I am a Polish immigrant with a big heart, strong accent, as you can hear, kick-ass husband, and 2 beautiful kids. American entrepreneur sharing an incredible mission to inspire all women around the world to follow their dreams, their desires, their passions, so their life become finally meaningful and fulfilled. I believe that the badass superhero of your unique purpose is inside all of you, all of us, and you should share it with the world to make the world a better place. Think about Cleopatra, Nefertiti, Oprah, Helen Keller, all these women in history that changed the world. In this show, you will finally discover the power of self-belief and self-discipline so you can stop making the excuses and create the life you truly desire and deserve by being the upgraded version of you. Welcome to the show, guys. I want to start every single show with gratitude. But before I do this, I want to ask you, do you actually think about your life? Think about how grateful you are for all these people that you have in your life, all these things that you have in your life, these experiences that you've had so far, that really life is a beautiful journey. And in order for us to receive more, to have more, we really need to embrace the power of gratitude. So today I wanted to say how grateful I am for my kids and for my husband, for my loving Polish family. My mom still takes care of my grandparents. They're 95 and 92 years old. My cousin in Poland, my 2 beautiful sisters who I've met just recently. One sister I've met 11 years ago. The other sister I just barely met just a couple years ago. This life has been an incredible journey, and I know there's more in it for me because really life happens for us, right? For us to really feel it, to embrace it, to recognize certain things. So let's take a moment of gratitude today. Write it down, a couple of things. Like, you don't need to go so far. You can literally think about what happened today, what happened yesterday. What are you grateful for? Maybe you're grateful for great conversations. Maybe somebody helped you. Somebody hold the door in for you at the store. You know, today I've had a pleasure. Somebody actually, I went to the gym and somebody literally allow me to work with them side by side doing a machine. And sometimes it doesn't happen often because people occupy these machines. If you know what I'm talking about, they go to the gym and they stay with machine. So there are things in life that we should really think and be grateful for. I'm grateful for amazing conversations. I'm grateful for that my daughter worked out today, that my son was helping her. There's so much to be grateful for. I'm grateful for an amazing coaching session. I'm grateful for all my clients. I mean, there's so much, guys. The list can go on and on. I think we could spend 24 hours doing a challenge of gratitude. And by the way, you're going to learn about more of the challenges that we're doing with our family, and it's crazy challenges coming up, so stay tuned. And you can be actually invited to those challenges. So make sure that you click the subscribe button into my videos, that you learn what our family do it and creates, because we want abundant life for everyone, not just for us, for everyone. We want to share with the world how we've done it. So as I was thinking, what happened recently in my life, like what was the things that were really cool. And just literally a few days ago, we finished an amazing season of Cleopatra. And I was thinking how grateful I am for also watching this show, because we've learned so much about Cleopatra. And if you've never watched this show, you should go onto Netflix and check it out, because you're gonna learn so much. And talking about really women in history, she was one of the women that I completely admire, because she was a visionary. She had such a strong purpose, and she was on such a strong mission in life that her goal really never changed. Like when she had a kid with Julius Caesar, even though they were not together because he was killed, she still carried the mission after having kids with I don't even remember the other soldier who was who was it? Mark Antony. I have a camera operator that is helping me and behind the scenes. So you see, these things happen here, and this is real life. So Mark Antony, we were watching with the kids, and she had kids with him, and she still managed to get what she wanted in life. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. How I got when I am today, when I came from, how did I do it? How I visualize all of this? Because that's the power of our dreams. And I want to share with you so you can do the same. Because we all should be sharing what we've learned in this life so others can follow the steps. That's why we always say, read the books, watch the podcasts of people that have done it. Only those who have done it, they can lead us. That's what my perception and understanding is, right? So this show was incredible, and by seeing these people in history, especially if you are a girl, if you are a woman, you relate to those stories, because she is a woman. So we can wow, what did she do? What was her character? What were the things that she was doing? How I can incorporate these things in my life that I can be the same, right? And Nefertiti was the same thing. And by the way, in Poland, it's a big thing to wear this. And I'm trying to get this thing off of my bracelet so I can show you. But I believe that maybe I won't be able to. But I have it right here, a Nefertiti sign. I just got this few weeks ago from my grandma. Right there, you can see her. And what was amazing about her is that she was the one that changed the polytheistic religion into monotheistic religion, it was just one God. So instead of multi-gods beliefs, she was worshiping the son of God known as Aten. But we're not going to be going deep into history. I just wanted to tell you that in Poland, we wear those things. And I love that. And I got it from my grandma. I'm super thankful. And I wear it right here. Those are women that you want to admire. Those are the women in this history. We got to follow the steps. We got to kind of learn the background, when they were coming from, what made them, and why they were the way they are. It's fascinating to me. And I tell you, I used to never like reading books. In my head was I wanted to read a book, but I was like at school, I didn't have time, or I grabbed a book and I wasn't fascinated by it. Today, I love reading and I love educating myself. And the same thing we're doing here at the home lifing ideas at home, right? We try to encourage our kids to read, because if they don't go to school, what else is there to do? Following their dream, fascinations, creativity, diving deep into subjects of their interest. That's the whole goal. So if you've watched my previous episode, you probably know kind of the story behind me, and why I'm sharing this again with you, to push you to thinking where you are today, why you do the things you do, why you want to pursue your dreams, or maybe you don't want to pursue your dreams. This is a very important subject for all of us. So, I was, just to remind you quickly, raised without a father, had many turbulent relationships. I always was looking into father figure in every relationship I was with. It's crazy. And today, when I look at this, I don't blame them, because back in the past, I was blaming somebody for whatever turbulent relationship I had. Today, I take full responsibility because I brought myself into it. So it's up to me how I act. It's up to me how I react, right? And who I am. So obviously, looking from today's perspective, where I am, so mature, compare, 20 years old, it's just, those are totally two different worlds. One world is like here, and one world is like here. And it's amazing to see where I was and how I am today. So this whole story today of leave it, breathe it, be obsessed, don't quit, it's gonna unfold as you dive deep into the story with me. So I met this amazing guy that we were dating for a while, and I was at my University of Physical Education. He was in a marketing department, a prestigious school, and we were dating for a couple of weeks, and we found out that we could travel together to America and go to his relatives. And I was so excited. To the point that I put a map of America in my room. And I was also watching at this time the 90210 show, so I was inspired by the lifestyle. And growing up in a communistic country, having a TV that literally it's black and white, like if you've seen these monitors of old TVs, we're talking about a small monitor. Instead of buttons, there were knobs, 2 channels, and nothing else. And out of nowhere, the local TV, they were showing HBO. The HBO was like a community that was actually charging you for replaying HBO movies. Get it? So we would get that 90210 show once a week. Then after that, I remember was Merlot's Place. But the first one was 90210, and I loved all the characters. And I'm like, God, there is more to this life than I just knew. There is colors, there are incredible parties. I was always fascinated at how everything matches in America. If you do a party, you can have a matching outfit. You can have a matching balloons. I was so fascinated by it. So simple, but so fascinating for me back then. So anyway, I have the map of America on my wall. I create an email. Till this day, I know this email. Do you know what it was? It was Sacramento with a K, not C, Sacramento@yahoo.com. I remember like today, created the email because we already had an internet. I had that big monitor, chunky computer, spent all my life savings on it. And I remember how it felt great to actually create an email and feeling like I am there. So all my dreams, every single day, I would visualize. I would read tourist books. I would be thinking. And as I was reading, I remember reading about Empire State Building, reading about World Trade Center. I actually had a pleasure to go at the top of the World Trade Center. And as we all know, no longer existing, right? And I am so thankful that I was able to see what I've seen. But back then, I was just visualizing this, me walking through the streets, seeing this stuff. I would be literally writing down in that tourist book what places I wanted to see. It was incredible for me. So here it is. As we dating, things get out of control and we break up. So what do? Do I stop my dream? Do I give up on my dream? Or do I follow? What would you do? If you would be connected to someone's, not mission, but somebody was there to help you get somewhere, because obviously I needed him to go there together. I am so upset about the fact that we cannot go. I am so internally feeling like the whole world, not only love life is falling apart, but the fact that I cannot go to America. I feel completely destroyed. But here is the thing. I don't give up on my dream. So what do? I started thinking of ways, how can I get there? What can I do to get there? There has to be other way. So I start searching on the internet the ways to get to America. And I'm finding an agency in Warsaw. I remember like today. So I read the initial information, what needs to be submitted, how this all gonna go. They tell you everything, that you need to create an album of your previous jobs, the previous jobs as a babysitter. So here I am at this moment that I don't have any experience in babysitting. I really don't. So I figure this, I need to make shit up. I need to make things up. I need to just do what I have to do, make it happen, fake it till you make it. It's funny, but a lot of people do that. Fake it till you make it so I can get what I want in life, right? I am not giving up on my dream. I'm still there. I'm going to America. This is my vision. Because why I want to go to America? First of all, I want to see in person Beverly Hills. Well, 90210 was the inspiration. Number two, I want to make money so I can actually invest and create either a company of my own or work for a company so I can buy a car, be independent distributor. They were my first things, my first goals, ideas, even though I was studying physical education, but I already knew it that going to teach at school, this is not the life that I want. There's a small amount of money. I need to impact the world. I need to do something big. And those inclinations, those ideas, those feelings that you have, it's so important to understand where you're coming from. I always wanted to be seen by my father. So I wanted to do big things. And maybe this was good inspiration, maybe not. But I think the whole oversoul sub-story and that story caused me to be the way how I was, because I want something more from life. I want something more. I wanted to help my mom. I wanted to have more money so I can support her and, be even a better daughter. So I'm creating the amazing, by the way, I always drink water, this amazing album. I'm asking my tutor who helped me to pass the exam. I remember Polish exams. She was an amazing tutor who was living in the same building as my grandparents were on the first floor. We were on the third floor. And I asked her if I can use and take some pictures of her daughter so I can create the story as I was babysitting her child so I can apply for this job. And boom, I'm creating this album. And just recently I was thinking where this album can be. I think I have it somewhere in my house back in Poland. I need to research this. And I have to remind my kids when we go, I need to find this album. I bet it's somewhere there. It was so primitively made. Literally with string and like pages and pictures and like drawings. It's crazy, but that's what I made. So I called this company. I set up an appointment. I remember my grandma My grandma used to go everywhere with me. She used to help me and do all these crazy things with me. So we take the train and we go together. And I remember she's waiting for me. I'm going into the room. This person's interviewing me. I'm showing them the file. The person looks, whatever. They say, we will give you a decision within a week. So I'm thinking the interview probably went well, but what do I know? Maybe it didn't go well. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm not going to get it. Who knows? Anyway, I get an answer and say, unfortunately, we cannot accept you. We found other candidates that are better fit for this job, so we cannot accept you. And here is the thing, guys. That you will get many no's in life. Would the no stop you from continuing your dream? Because the environment, the people, they will say no to you. Are you strong enough to overcome this obstacle? Because saying no, receiving no, there is nothing else as just a blockage. It's a block in, I believe, in continuous positive energy. There's something that got disturbed. Something, maybe the universe is sending you something, a blocker for you to work harder, go deeper, create more, create better. There's something else there that the universe is gonna send you. So I'm like, I'm not giving up. I'm not taking no for an answer. This is a good building resilience exercise, guys. When somebody says to you no, and you almost get pissed because they tell you no, and you're like, whatever, I'm gonna go for it, even though they say no. There were many things, many. I've gotten, I think, no's in my life so many times, and I never give up. There was another thing, because look, this story is unfolding. This is now, there is, before I even got to where I am, and to America, my first trip, there are other things that I had to figure out. There were blocks and literally pieces of puzzles of things that I had to put together in order for me to successfully go where I was supposed to go. Because this is all happening in terms of, a long journey. This wasn't just within a year. This all was happening quite a while. So the no is taken for an answer. You have to figure things out. Like, think about it. Somebody says no to you. When recently somebody said no to you and you given up on your dream? Like, is that so? So your dream can be broken by a person saying no to you? Then there wasn't a dream. That wasn't something significant that's supposed to happen in your life if you given up. And I'm sorry to tell you, I have to kind of tell you this, that because I see too many times of people when I come across that they given up on their dreams. And I'm here the one to tell you that if you want something so strongly in life, you need to go for it. You need to have that resilience, that passion, that ability to take no for an answer and keep on going with yes. Yes, I'm going to do this, no matter what somebody tells you. Because that internal connection, that emotional connection that you have within yourself, that is telling you, it's okay. They say no, I keep on plowing. So I'm thinking, okay, I am disappointed, but I'm internally knowing that I still gonna go. So what I'm doing, I have the map of America on my wall. I'm looking at it every day. I'm working hard. I'm hustling because I'm at my university. But every weekend, I spend from literally Friday, sometimes I would go there at 9 a.m. all the way to 11 p.m. I'm working as in the stores, the different departments, and we promote different products. If Poland was big on these promotional marketing campaigns when they would hire young students, people from universities usually, and they would pay you very good money for that super hard work overall, because you were on your feet from like 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. working this crazy shift, promoting food, products, whatever there was. I promoted chocolate. We didn't have any protein bars, chocolates. We promoted bread. We promote anything and everything. Literally stopping consumers, stopping clients at the store. Would you like to try it and get the sales going? That's what we were doing. And me being at a full-time student, I wouldn't have a chance to do any kind of work during the day and during the week. I had to wait for the weekend to do this. So I'm hustling. I'm going extra mile to make the money, and I'm making good money at that point. I'm making really good money. So I'm saving, I'm not spending. When other people party, I freaking hustle and have the back of my head that I need to come to America. So what I do, I start sharing the ideas with others, meaning, look, I've done this, I have this plan, I want to go to America, I want to come to America. I'm sharing with everybody. But here is the thing, that you need to be selective. Who are you sharing your plan with? Because I never shared with my family. And the reason for it, I never told them what I wanted to do after that point when I got rejected from that company. Because I knew it that my family will not be able to understand my goals. They will not understand that I wanted to go and make money. And I think they were, I was coming from not entrepreneurial family. I was coming from a very hardworking family. And I also was thinking, well, they're going to worry for me. For some reason, going from an agency, my family knew it, that I wanted to do it, and they were okay with it. But I think going on my own, I don't think that would be a great idea for me to share with them and tell them that I just want to go on my own out of nowhere. Whoever gives me the ticket, that I'm going to go, because they would worry about me. So you need to be selective who you're sharing the ideas with. And as much as I love my family, I knew it that I can't worry them. Because also, remember that people fear things. And the first thing what people do is to tell you the bad stuff that can happen. I want to ask you a question. When recently you were sharing some ideas with a person, with friends, with your family, what happens? What was their reaction? Were they encouraging, or rather they were scared? And they were putting those fears into you, because unfortunately that's what it is. Fears can impact your decision. And if you're not emotionally connected, so strong that the roots of that mission are inside of you deeply, like that tree growing in the ground, that nobody can pull them, you need to reserve yourself a little spot. You need to reserve yourself that emotional cushion that you keep it for yourself. Because if not, somebody will destroy your mission. Somebody will destroy your goal. Somebody will destroy your idea, your dream. But I knew it, that if I'm going to be sharing with the universe, that the good things will come to me, that this message will bounce off somehow and come back to me with someone or something that will change my life. And you can only do this when you're emotionally connected to your vision. If you're not strong enough. The roots are not strong enough. And I'm just sharing this with you because this was my experience. This was my decision because I felt it. Are you feeling it or not? So rule number 1, you need to do this. So I am working at that store. I remember a friend calls me, because we were at that time of network with people. Like I knew the women that working in these for these stores. Like literally, I had cell phone, not cell phone numbers, because we didn't have cell phone. We had numbers stored in my notebook. Who I can contact, who needs me. These companies had my number. They were literally calling you, reaching out. People would be like meeting you in person. Do you want to work this weekend? Yes. So a friend calls me and says, "Look, I am sick. I cannot come to work tomorrow." And I remember this was overnight like this. And look how the life is. if I didn't take this job then, I probably would have never ended up going to America, because there is a series of events that start happening right now. I take this job. I am sobbing for this person. I remember exactly which store I was working when we met. So it's a big, huge, giant store. And we working there. And I see this girl that I used to go to high school with. But we never were friends, because I was in a different class. She was in a different class. We were the same age. And I always remember she was such a popular girl. She was so sweet and so nice, but I never had a chance to talk to her. So, so we start talking. And I'm just sharing the mission with her about how I wanted to come to America and all my visions and my ideas. And she says, you know what? I go there every summer. And I said, what? And she goes, yeah, this is my first summer going there, that I'm going to be working as a babysitter. And I'm like, this is just crazy. I can't believe this. I'm like, is the universe sending me you because I want it so bad? I can't believe it. So we start talking and like, what can I do to be involved in this mission? What can I do to go like you going? And she tells me, well, you know what? Let me call this a family and let me find out if they need a babysitter for the summer. I started being so excited. I get her number. We exchanging the information. Back then, remember, there is no cell phones. There's only a regular phone at home. That's it. So there was no texting. I would have to literally call her, meet with her to be able to find out more info. So she gets me the number to this family that she didn't really work for them, but there was a family of a family that knew each other. And she said, listen, they will need somebody for the summer. From June all the way, I think, till August. She tells me how much they're going to be paying me. And this is the number, you can call them and set up the appointment. So remember, at this time, I'm saving all this money from these promotions. I am not partying. My vision, my goal is so clear for me. I can't even imagine I'm going to America. I know that I have to buy a ticket. I am studying at this time. Extra time I'm spending on studying my English. Like, imagine coming from your university. I remember buying tapes, those regular tiny little tapes, those CDs, and I'm studying English. I'm typing my notes. I'm so obsessed about going that there is no other way. I'm envisioning, imagining, talking to everybody. I'm so excited. My family still doesn't know. My family has no clue. So I remember meeting my friend Agnes, because that was her name. We're meeting at Piotrkowska Street, the longest street in Europe. And there were those payphones back then. Do you guys remember payphones? But the payphones that we had in this see-through cabins. This phone actually was on the wall. I remember exactly when it was. And today this wall doesn't even exist in my city because they knock it down to put a beautiful, huge hotel. So I remember going there, having this number, putting money into that payphone. I'm dialing the number. The phone gets picked up and the lady says hello. And just think about it. I study English on my own. I have, I believe, twice a week, I have English, and the rest is just on my own. So I'm trying to figure out what this lady is telling me. Keep on putting the money so the connection is not lost into that phone. And she says to me, she gives me the dates. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to call you in a few days. I'm going to buy this ticket. I'm going to buy the ticket. I'm going to fly to you. Click, disconnect. The next day, I'm going to buy my plane ticket. All my life savings to buy a plane ticket. Guys, this is just insane. To go with such a bold, big action, big outcome, big risk can be big failure. I remember going to that place, LOT, Lot Polish Airline, because you used to didn't buy anything online. That was in person. I go there, I have my cash, I sit down, and I remember my whole body was shaking. I'm giving her the dates. The lady putting everything in the computer. She prints out these tickets. I give her all my life savings for this ticket to a family that I don't know. I don't know where the hell am I going. I just spent my life savings to go to America to a strange family, and there is no way back. And guys, today, this is when I'm gonna finish. I want you to feel excited for the next episode. But what are the lessons here today? What did you get out of this episode? Remember, don't be afraid to show up fully. Don't be afraid to dream big. Don't be afraid to visualize and create the live stream, because that's what it's all about. We all have it. We all can do it. Because look, I am standing, speaking English, broken English, but I'm speaking. I'm sharing this incredible mission all around the world now because the internet connection is everywhere. This message can be shared across the globe. So those are the things I want you to feel inspired for doing today. That's my mission. I want you to feel inspired that you can do big things, that you can create the dream, your dream, a reality. And remember that the superhero is within you, that you need to discover it. You need to look inward, look into the true meaning of you, because knowing it with clarity will give you unstoppable energy. Even though the superhero's cape is invisible, and it will give you the wings. So spread them wide and fly high. May your disciplined energy be unstoppable. May your passion and curiosity be endless. May your enthusiasm be infectious. And may your final outcome be of service to others. Thank you guys for watching the episode number 4. Remember to subscribe, click the button below, subscribe to my amazing podcast and YouTube channel, and I will see you next time. No excuses.